Hello, my name is Storyteller. Welcome to the Horror Experience Volume 1. This book is a collection of horror stories from the mind of Timothy Shawn Klugh II. Chapter 2. Love Can Be Beautiful. It's strange. Love is strange. Love can be beautiful, and love can be horrible. But either way, love is love. Love is miraculous, like a summer storm or the first flower in spring. It's out of nowhere and it just is. Love can be forgotten, of course, but it will always exist. A chemical imbalance, or maybe a miracle to behold. Love is pure. It's not lust. It's something different. Something few people can get their hands on. A rare jewel, a chunk of gold, a four-leafed clover, or like trying to catch the stars and the moon. They're hard to find, but there's millions of them. You just have to search. Or in this case, wait. It was July 1994, the middle of the night. Aaron slept in a small apartment room. His arm was half off his tiny twin-sized bed. His tear-stained face, now on his pillow, looked distraught. There was a note on a desk next to his bed that read,
"It was fun while it lasted, but you're just not worth my time.
Signed,
Sincerely yours, your new ex."
Next to the note was a half-drunk bottle of liquor and an empty container of aspirin. An alarm went off. Aaron jumped up. He rubbed his eyes and yawned. He turned his head towards the alcohol and pill bottle.
"Guess it didn't work,"
he said groggily. He grabbed his glasses and put them on. He stood up and put his pants on. Aaron didn't like pants. Who would, really?
"Pants are for the weak."
Aaron laughed to himself. Aaron was heading to his job, by the way. He worked at a small gas station, night shift. He wouldn't be making it there tonight. Life had bigger plans. Or should I say, love had bigger plans. Aaron grabbed his keys and walked out of his apartment door. He crossed the street to get to his car, not caring enough to look both ways. In fact, he wanted a car to hit him. In just a few moments, he would get his wish. He got in his vehicle and looked straight ahead.
"Who is that?"
He asked nobody in particular. Who he was looking at, by the way, was a female, about his age, and in a white dress. The dress seemed to glow slightly. His eyes adjusted, and he finally saw her clearly. He realized she was looking back at him with a smile. She was really beautiful. Short black hair and dark blue eyes like the ocean. He waved at her and she waved back. His smile widened. All of a sudden, he felt an urge to get out of the car and go to her. He didn't understand why. He just needed to get over to her now. You might be asking yourself, "Storyteller, is this love?" No, this is something very different. Something that will strangely lead to love, but not quite love. Aaron got out of the car, and the girls stood up. They started walking toward each other, like they were compelled, when in reality, Aaron was the only one who was compelled. Their speed quickened until they met in the middle of the street.
"Hi."
Aaron barely whispered.
Hi.
the girl said confidently. She smirked at Aaron.
What's your name?
Aaron tilted his head slightly. All he wanted to do was kiss her. His emotions so strong and vivid. Memories that haven't happened yet flew through his head. His wedding, his first child, him in his old age watching the sunset. All next to this one girl. He couldn't see anything else. His focus was stuck on only her. Everything started to go in slow motion. Aaron heard a horn and looked toward an oncoming truck. It was too late. She wrapped herself around him quickly. Then everything went black. It was July 1994, the middle of the night. Aaron slept in a hospital room. His arm was half off his tiny hospital bed. His blood-stained face, now in the pillow, looked pale. There was a note on his desk, next to his bed, that read,
I'm down in the hospital cafeteria. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Signed.
Sincerely yours, your new friend.
Next to the note was a half-full vase of flowers and a full container of aspirin. A monitor beeped. Aaron jumped up. He grabbed his rib cage and cringed. He turned his head to the flowers and the pill bottle.
What happened to me?
He said groggily. A nurse walked in.
Sweetheart, lay back down, please. You shouldn't be up. It's midnight.
The nurse laid him down gently.
What happened? I can't remember anything.
He said softly.
You were hit by a truck, sweetie. You're lucky to be alive. In fact, it's a miracle that you are.
The nurse looked astonished.
You have 2 broken ribs.
She paused.
That's it.
2 broken ribs? That's it?
Aaron couldn't believe it.
It's almost like your guardian angel jumped in front of the truck for you.
The nurse smiled gently.
My guardian angel.
He looked at her, and then it hit him.
The girl!
He grabbed his ribs.
Ow.
Oh, goodness. You remember her?
She laughed.
She saw you get hit and called the police immediately. She stayed by your side until the ambulance showed up.
Aaron looked genuinely confused. She had gotten hit too. He was sure of it, but he didn't question it. Better to let things stand than to question them. Just to discuss it and then find out you're wrong. A waste of energy.
Here she is now.
The nurse waved at the girl as she came into the room. She really was beautiful. It seemed the whole room lit up when she walked in. She was like a chandelier. She looked at Aaron and smiled a genuine smile. He smiled back.
Hi.
She said in her excited way. Aaron was trapped in her eyes, and the nurse noticed. She smiled.
Well, I have other patients to attend to. I'll let you 2 get acquainted.
The nurse got up and left. She would never see Aaron or the girl again. In fact, she would never see anything again. As she exited the room, she turned into dust. A gust of wind blew her away. This seemed strange to an old man nearby. He scooted his wheelchair as fast as he could. Aaron, on the other hand, was completely oblivious to it.
We meet again.
Aaron smiled at the girl.
We do.
She sat next to him on the bed.
Let's not get hit by a truck this time, okay?
Aaron joked.
Okay.
The girl giggled.
So, can I get your name now?
It's Joanna.
She smiled.
I love that name.
He announced. He couldn't get his eyes off her.
And yours?
Joanna asked. Aaron didn't hear her. He was focused on her blue eyes. They almost seemed like an infinite void of black. Which is strange, since they were blue. Or were they? This confused Aaron. It seemed this girl had every quality, physically, that he found attractive. The strange thing is that they were there. They just seemed wrong. Strangely wrong.
Aaron.
He snapped out of his trance.
Yes, what?
He questioned.
What's your name?
She slowly realized.
You just said it.
Aaron looked confused.
Oh, I'm a name guesser. It's a talent I have.
She laughed awkwardly. Aaron looked unsure.
Okay, I guess. That's neat.
It is, yeah.
She looked down.
So, Joanna,
Aaron smiled.
Yes?
She smiled back.
how did you do it?
Aaron's smile turned serious.
What?
She looked confused.
You and I both know we were hit by that truck, together.
Aaron looked stern.
So how are you completely fine?
What?
She looked nervous.
You picked the wrong guy to do this to.
Aaron looked down.
I always knew that supernatural stuff was true.
He seemed defeated.
I never thought it would happen to me.
What are you saying I did?
She asked.
You tried to trick me or whatever you do.
He looked up.
You seem pretty keen on picking up this kind of thing.
She smiled.
You should have let me die. I wanted to die.
He yelled. Tears built up into his eyes.
Well, if you wanted to die, why not just have fun with me for a while? Act like I'm here for you and not here to take your soul?
She looked down, feeling guilty.
So you're a demon then?
Aaron chuckled.
Basically, yes. It's a little more complicated than that, but yes, I'm a demon.
She smiled.
So, what's your thing? Seduce men and eat their souls or something?
Aaron questioned.
No. Oh,
She laughed.
didn't you do your homework? Souls are energy, like electricity. You can't eat that stuff, you die. Also, they're kinda icky.
She chuckled. Aaron smiled.
So what do you do with your souls?
It's more like a business thing. You collect them, then give them to the big man downstairs. Then he makes you into one of me. Well, a variation of me. It's very complicated.
She explained.
The point is, if you want to die anyway, just enjoy me while it's nice, and then, well, die. In a way.
She winked.
I guess I could do that.
He said after he thought about it for a moment.
Then it's settled. I give you the best romance of your life, then I get your soul. Deal?
She smiled.
Deal.
He held his hand out. She took it, and they shook.
From this point on, our bond will be more powerful than the stars and the moon.
Joanna smirked. It was October 2054. The middle of the night. Aaron slept in a large bedroom. His arm was half off his giant king-size bed. His sweat-stained face, now in his pillow, looked happy. There was a note on his desk next to his bed that read,
I love you so much.
signed.
Sincerely yours, your true love.
Next to the note was a half-full cup of water and a full container of heart medicine. An alarm went off. Aaron jumped up. He wiped his tired but happy eyes. He turned his head to the water and the pill bottle.
Wow. I've never felt this happy and sleepy at the same time.
He said groggily. He lay down and thought through his life. He thought about his wedding day and how happy he was. He thought about his first son and how proud he was of him. He stood up slowly and grabbed his cane.
Body isn't what it used to be.
He laughed. He slowly walked down the stairs. He walked into his kitchen and looked out to the patio to find his beautiful wife Joanna watching the sunset. He sat down in a chair next to her.
Beautiful.
She smiled at him.
Isn't it?
They sat in silence, watching the majesty in front of them. The color, the elegant clouds. It truly was beautiful.
I think I'm ready.
Joanna looked surprised.
What?
I think I'm ready to go. My life has been absolutely wonderful. Every moment of it from the day I met you. My life has been so full of joy. Thanks to you, I found happiness. I found serenity. I found peace.
He looked at her.
I found love.
Joanna smiled.
Me too.
A tear fell from her eye.
Me too.
She couldn't hold in her emotion. She started to sob.
I love you, Joanna. More than the stars and the moon. More than anything I could touch. I love you more than life itself. You are my everything.
Aaron teared up.
I wouldn't want my soul to go to anyone else. I wouldn't want anyone else to see me off than you.
Joanna looked away.
Joanna?
Of all people, a simple man like you broke me.
She stood up and helped him stand. She kissed him passionately.
Enjoy heaven. You deserve it.
She lowered herself to the ground. She became dazed.
What?
Aaron looked at her confused.
What's going on?
He grabbed her hand.
Well, if I don't do my job, I cease to exist. That's just how it works.
Aaron realized he couldn't feel her hand anymore. He looked towards it, but it wasn't there.
No! Take my soul! Please!
Aaron screamed.
You're so pure. You would even save a demon over yourself.
She smiled.
Goodbye, Aaron. I love you more than the stars and the moon.
No!
She finally disappeared, completely. Aaron sat down.
No! You can't leave. It isn't fair. I love you.
He cried into his hands.
More than the stars and the moon.
And everything went black. It was July 1994. The middle of the day. Aaron lies dead in a small apartment room. His arm was half off his tiny twin-sized bed. His tear-stained face, now on his pillow, looked sad. There was a note on his desk next to his bed that read,
More than the stars and the moon.
signed.
Love, Joanna.
Next to the note was a half-drinking bottle of liquor and an empty container of aspirin. An alarm continued to go off. Aaron never got up. It was all just a dying dream. What was the point then, you ask yourself? If he really didn't experience love, if he really just dreamt his love story, does it matter? Yes, everything matters. Even this man, Aaron Edwards, matters. He teaches us a lesson. Never give up too early. Because right outside of that front door, across the road to your car, is the love of your life. You just have to get there. The end.
And there she called to me. She said she has known me. And she said it's plain to see that I'm tired of my ways. and I should run and play in the land of hollowed mist. If I believe she exists, and the sun is always out, and I could leave right now, and it will be unfurled in her world. If I want to have her near, she'll relieve all my fears. I can hold her in my arms and be seduced by her charms in eternal sunny day, where we can run and play. I shouldn't be afraid, for she'll never fade away. As long as I want her here, she can always make it real. She can be any girl in her world. In life I've dreamed away for these sunny days. There's proof it's no charade. I owe nothing in trade. Then she held my hand to assure me of her plan. In her soft embrace, our love was interlaced. Angelic as she seemed, I knew she'd be my queen. We could rule this mystic land if she would lend a hand. For